Hi guys, it's Carissa Lynn and welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first video, welcome to my channel. Go ahead and hit subscribe, it really helps me out. And today we are reading another poem from my book, After All This, just like we've done in the rest of this series. And today we are reading, where is it? There it is. Today we are reading If Only. And If Only goes back to back with the poem How Do I Tell Her. So the first one is If Only, and then it kind of bleeds into How Do I Tell Her. So those ones I will be reading just one day apart. They'll be right next to each other. Okay. All right. If only. If only she knew the pain from this week, she'd save her tears and her strength for me to be free. Free from the numb of my pain to come, and I'd be able to cry for all my hurts inside. Yeah, and then that one, there's a little ... and then it bleeds into the next one, which is How Do I Tell Her, and I will be reading that one in the next video and giving you a little more context for that. But this poem I wrote at the very beginning of my breakup when I hadn't really realized what was going on yet. I hadn't really set in yet that this was happening to me. You know, this experience was happening to me, and I was like, no, we're not actually really going to be like broken up for that long. Like, it's just this, it's just this. We're not actually, like, this person still cares about me, And then I very quickly started to realize that that's obviously not true. And so it's kind of about me in the past, me talking about myself from the past, and all the times I've cried, and all the times that I was like, this is the end of the world. I wish I had known that it wasn't, so that I wouldn't have to feel numb for this experience. Is kind of what it's about. So the first part is, if only she knew the pain from this week. So if only past me knew the pain that I would go through this week, she'd save her tears and her strength for me to be free. If only me from the past knew the pain that I was about to be in, maybe she would have saved some of those tears for me now. And then it says, for me to be free from the numb of my pain to come. So that's a continuation of maybe I'd be able to cry for this pain I know I'm about to feel. Which obviously I did end up crying a lot, to the point where I was like, does this ever end? Do my tears ever end? But the first couple days I was like, this isn't happening. And I was just like numb. The first night I just didn't sleep at all because I was like, what is going on? And then last sentence is, and I'd be able to cry for all my hurts inside. Yeah, so that's just kind of the general idea about it. Is if only me from the past could know what I'm going through right now, maybe she would realize that these things that that she had gone through before in the past are not that big of a deal, that she's gonna go through so much more. And maybe she would save a couple tears for me now, and be stronger. But yeah, so that is what that one's about. And then the one that I'm gonna do tomorrow is How Do I Tell Her? And it's kind of a continuation of that, and it's kind of about like, how do I tell past me the shit that she's going through right now? Because if I knew what would happen to me as a kid, I would have made so many different changes, Or like, if I knew what was happening to me now as a kid, I would have decided to make different decisions now. You know, obviously, like if I knew that all was going to happen to me, I probably would not have dated that person, or, you know, this and that kind of thing. So that's what I'll be reading tomorrow. But that was my poem, If Only, in my book After All This, which is on Amazon. And the links will be everywhere in the description, on my channel, on my landing page, on my socials, all that. So go and pick yourself up a copy, and maybe get your friend a copy, get your sister a copy, get your partner a copy. You know, you guys can sit down and read with me. You can write, you can annotate, you can put your own notes in, you can put little love letters in. You know, give it as a gift. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening, and I will see you guys for the next video and the next poem. Thanks. Bye.